A very good afternoon, everybody. This is the captain speaking from the bridge. Welcome back on board. Welcome home. Well, I'm pleased to advise that with all guests and crew now back on board, we are in the process of removing the ship's final gangway. And once the shell door is closed, Queen Victoria, in all respects, is ready to proceed to sea. Now it is a busy port, and we are keen to get away. We are given priority due to the commercial traffic movements as well, as there are 2 car carriers in the locks astern on our starboard side of us that are waiting to leave once we are clear. So this evening's departure manoeuvre will be conducted by the staff captain, and he will be manoeuvring with conviction, lifting off the berth bodily to starboard, forcing the bow, and then coming ahead to a speed of at least 10 knots prior to the outer breakwaters. We do have 22 nautical miles to run until we disembark our pilot, before then turning north to complete the 102 nautical mile sprint towards the pilot station off Imuden tomorrow morning. We expect to embark our local pilot at 3 o'clock in the morning to then be entering the larger sea locks at 4 o'clock to be clear by 4:45, perhaps 5 o'clock, and then begin the 7.5 knot run down towards central Amsterdam. All being well, we shall be alongside shortly before 8 o'clock in the morning, port side 2. And we can expect northeasterly winds of 10 to 15 knots and overcast skies, but there is currently no rain in the forecast for tomorrow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please do enjoy the departure. Enjoy your overnight on board Queen Victoria, and let's all look forward to the New Year's celebrations tomorrow alongside in Amsterdam. Thank you.
You might think I'm annoyed by that, but actually I'm an organist, and organists of course have to play through all sorts of things, so actually it doesn't bother me too much, so but thank you for your patience anyway. That's very cool, thank you. And now I'd like to follow a piece of Beethoven by a piece of his great friend and admirer, Schubert. And Beethoven was such a hero for Schubert that when Schubert died, he asked if he could be buried next to Beethoven. And in fact, he died very soon after Beethoven, at the age of 31, cutting short a very prolific compositional career. I mean, he wrote over 600 songs, as well as symphonies, instrumental music, chamber music, you name it. So within those 31 years, he packed an awful lot in. And who knows what else he would have written if he lived a long life, but unfortunately he didn't. But Schubert was born in Vienna and lived his whole life there. In fact, you can go and visit his birthplace museum if you're there. And the piece I'd like to play by Schubert, who was incidentally one of the torchbearers at Beethoven's funeral, is one of his 8 impromptus. And these were written in 1827, so 2 years after the piece you just heard. And an impromptu is a bit like a bagatelle. It's a slightly made-up word that doesn't mean an awful lot, but it basically means an improvisation. But this piece is far from being an improvisation. It has a quite a clear structure, a minuet and trio structure. So you hear the minuet, a very slow minuet, and then the trio section was much more fast, and then the minuet comes back at the end. So this is Schubert's Impromptu in A flat major from 1827. Schubert's Impromptu in A-flat major there, one of 8 he wrote and were published in 1827. Well, I'd like to move now to another piece of Schubert, but something much more lively. And this is a scherzo. And he wrote a scherzo, which is also a minuet and trio, but speeded up, really. So you'll hear the A-B-A form once again, a very popular form in classical and romantic music. And so this was a scherzo that was published with a few others, just independent movements, and was later adapted for one of his piano sonatas. So something a little bit more upbeat now from Schubert. have one more piece to finish with, just to finish, thank you. And it's a piece by Robert Schumann, and it's a piece that was written in 1838, and it's called Traumerei, from his collection Scenes from Childhood. And Schumann also, like Schubert, unfortunately died quite young, in his 40s. And this is looking forward, looking back rather, to a happier period in his childhood. And it's called Traumerei, which means dreaming. So with this piece, I will just leave you for the rest of your afternoon. So thank you very much indeed.
Just a wonderful piece to finish, and we are sailing away, as you can see. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for James Brown. We do have lots of entertainment planned for you this evening. Coming up here in the Queen's Room right after us, we have some recorded ballroom dancing, so if you fancy a dance, come on and stay in here. If not, we do have our Canadian Floggy Flax in the theatre this evening at 7:45 and 9:45. So whatever you choose to do this evening, please have a wonderful time on board Queen Victoria. Thank you.